So, hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dan Dawson Show. So, just doing what I usually do. I'm perusing through the news feeds. Figure I'll go to bed, get up in the morning, cut you guys a video, see what's going on in the world. I came across this, and it's like I was saying. A lot of people disagree with me. I even got one person say, "You stop with your sellout ass," and really ridiculous, bruh. Who's the sellout? The one who sees what's going on with the blinders off, or the one who has no idea what's happening to him? And I tried to warn you about people, women like Chelsea Handler. See, she manipulated 50. They want to keep you on that plantation so you can do their will. And I have the proof. You know, I've talked about my grandpa's on this YouTube show. My grandpa Pitt raised me. He was born in 1900, so I have a lot of old school, old world values. One of those values is truth. As long as you tell the truth, you never have to worry about remembering it. If you wrap yourself in the truth, you're always covered. So I ran across this article from CNN. Now keep in mind, just a couple of days ago, I don't even think it was 3, 4 days ago, Chelsea Handler was telling 50 Cent, if you denounce Trump, I'll give it one more go around. You're my favorite ex-boyfriend. And to some of you out there, it seemed like she really liked 50. And she really wanted him. No, what she really wanted was total control of 50. Let me read you this article, and then you, in the comments below, you tell me what you think. Now, this article is titled, Chelsea Handler Got a Response from That Politician She Has a Crush On. And it's by Marianne Garvey from CNN. It's dated Friday, October 30th, 2020. Now, I know you're wondering why I'm smiling while I read this. This is going to be, it's really something. And it says, Chelsea Handler has made no secret on her crush for Governor Andrew Cuomo. Since the start of the coronavirus pandemic, she'd been following his daily press briefings and taken to social media to gush about her big Italian hunk. She also dedicates a portion of her latest HBO Max stand-up special, Evolution, to New York's leader. So, Chelsea used the black man, 50 Cent, or attempted to make the position of the white man stronger. Think about that. Think about what she just did. Chelsea goes on to state, the thing is, I like older men, which brings me to the strong and deep sexual feelings that I have developed for Andrew Cuomo, she says in the special. In case he hadn't caught wind of her blossoming feelings for him, she then appeared on The View to promote her special and revealed that she had asked Cuomo out. The special hosted by Whoopi Goldberg, but is actually run by Joy Behar. Think about that. Just think about what's going on. I want you to take your time. You don't have to believe me, because you know what? You don't have to believe me, because I'm showing you. And if you're not smart enough to see what's going on, that's on you. That's on you. That's not on me. That sounds like a personal problem. Deal with your personal issues. So she goes on to state, I did have a conversation with Cuomo a few months ago, and I did ask him out on a date. She said, and he said yes, and then I never heard from him. Cuomo made his own appearance on The View Thursday to promote his own book. When he was asked about Handler's very public crush on him, he stated, I'm a big fan of Chelsea and she is great. We have fun. After he said that he's currently dating only residents that live in New York State, Joy Behar, the real true ringleader of The View, warned him that Handler really would move here if that would land her a date. You know, I am only dating at this point in-state residents. I'm dating New York residents, he said. And so if Chelsea changes her residence, then maybe we can work it out. Then it goes on to say, you're moved, Chelsea. Now, never mind that she manipulated and used her feminine wiles on 50. That's what she did. She had no need or use for 50. See, this is what happens. I see it all the time. And we're not smart enough to recognize it. So the other day when I said in the video, no person, regardless of their sex, race, or any, should tell you who to vote for. I won't tell you who to vote for. Vote Republican. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. Vote for who you want. If you want to vote Joe Biden, vote Joe Biden. I really don't care. It's only one vote. What do I care for? But see, it's the legacy of slavery. A white woman used sexual favors to maneuver a black man into doing what she wanted him to do. Actually, I guess you know what? It's not actually a slavery legacy. It's the male and female legacy that dates back throughout history. Cleopatra. She ran an entire nation with the same thought, and it worked. Now, I'm not saying Chelsea Handler is Cleopatra, because if Chelsea Handler was Cleopatra, Egypt would have failed in her first year. That's all I'm saying. It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. But this is what I'm talking about, see? She put this stuff out there on 50. Made it seem like she was just crazy about 50, right? But who does she really want? Hold up, let me scroll back up here, because I want to quote her directly. Her big Italian hunk. That's who she really wants. So 50, if you did vote for Biden, how do you feel now seeing this? Let me know in the comments below. Am I wrong? Is this a race thing? Or is it a male-female thing? I'm kind of really thinking it's a male-female thing. I'm really kind of thinking it's a woman and man thing. It has some tinges of race to it. Because as soon as 50 stepped off that plantation and said, hey, I'm voting for Trump, boom, she hit him. She was like, no. Can't do that. I got to control you. This article was very disappointing to me for so many reasons. Because, you know, there was a part of me that's like, well, maybe she does care about 50. But nope, she wants her, hold up, let me quote, big Italian hunk. Boop, boop. Isn't that something? So it's played out right before you. Things are playing out right before you. And if you don't see them, that's on you. But there's no way you can't see this. I had people messaging me saying, well, you're a sellout and blah, blah, blah. And how am I the sellout? You're the sellout. Think about this, right? When she says you're black, you can't vote for Trump. Remember at one time, we were black, so we couldn't sit at the front of the bus. We were black, so we couldn't drink out of certain water fountains. We were black, so we couldn't eat at different or at certain counters. We couldn't eat in certain restaurants. We were black, so we couldn't go to certain sections of town. Nobody needs to remind you that you're black, because you wake up seeing you're black. When you look in the mirror in the morning, you know you're black. People don't need to remind you what you can and can't do. If they say, hey, you're Italian, so you can't go to the Asian part of town, they don't need to remind you of that. You wake up in the morning knowing you're Italian. When people start restricting your movements in your idea process, those people are called your enemies, even if they look like you. Because all they're doing is wearing a disguise. They're wearing a disguise to control your mental processes and your thoughts. And to me, it's ridiculous. Chelsea Handler just did this interview on The View. With Joy Behar, Because hopefully Whoopi was sitting there. I didn't see the YouTube video of the show. But hopefully Whoopi was cringing because hopefully she knew what was happening. But then again, I don't always know with Whoopi because this is a black woman whose husband, at the time, Ted Danson, dressed up in blackface and called her the N-word, I think about 33 times, in a roasting show. I don't care for roasting or not. N-word comes out referring to me, we got issues. But that should show you a lot about Chelsea Handler's intentions when she made that whole video. They weren't pure. She didn't do it out of concern. She controlled 50 for her main man, her big Italian hunk, Governor Andrew Cuomo, who's a Democrat. So she made sure 50 stayed in line. And she was more than willing to use sex to do it. Think about that. Depravity, I tell you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. Like, subscribe, share, do what you got to do.